man.
All right, we got him.
We like to apologize.
For what? To absolutely no one. The two-time champ does absolutely fucking nothing.
All right, main Chafford podcast episode. I don't know at this point, but if someone wants to find me, huh?
Suttin.
Suttin is correct. That's the name of the app right there.
Yeah.
Suttin. Yeah, main Chafford podcast episode Suttin. The real is back. The real is back. I am him in Neutron, him a C. You already know. I'm sick and tired of having to tell you to do your Googles, but I'll do it every week or every time we link up. Bringing the magic of the pod through Zoom. DK dancing, watch it back. I think I got it all covered. I am two Dems. If you didn't know.
Yes, sir. Cole Sanusi, Don Colo in the building, the one and only, aka L. Culens, aka C Note, Hollywood Cole, aka Dog Dad, coming for your left ear, your right ear, surround sound, smart speakers, portable speakers, you name it, we are most likely gonna be there.
Love that for you.
Episode 2 Suttin, Ash Giddy.
It's Eman G45, the G solid in my name, the 45 is silent. Prince Jibogwe, Prince of the East, 10 foot hat Eames. The R&B voice is very much present. What else?
Give the people what they want.
Pause. Black Mamba Dove. She AM.
Yeah.
My God is better than your God.
Oh, listen.
Yo.
I'm never going to think about that and not think about a few Thursdays ago.
Yeah.
I've learned whole ceremony.
Welcome to Lady Chafford, episode 2 Suttin. Let's get it, man. Let's get straight into it. So since the topic, first of all, congratulations to Jay.
Jay Powell.
Yes, congratulations.
Yes, Jay and Cooper. They are finally now married. Shout outs to them.
Shout out.
A wonderful ceremony. As a whole.
Yeah.
A time was had for sure.
Oh, listen. That night was dumb.
That meme of you that you posted of Daddy on the floor like Peter Griffin was crazy.
That boy was, listen, room 10? Come on, get him with us.
It was popping in our room. I can't believe it. I was trying to sleep.
No, you was not.
Yeah, I wasn't. Who am I kidding?
Oh my God, that whole day was just, what a celebration. Definitely, I think that's the beauty of your good friends getting married or just having moments, wherever it is, housewarming parties, you name it. Because of the memories that you make, you know, it's that's the real thing. I can't wait for the pictures to drop. Jay was right. We have to come together as like the Avengers and go through like match of the day. Really sit down.
I'm waiting for the pictures to drop because, you know, like, unfortunately for me, it's not the fact that I wasn't taking pictures. It's certain people took pictures, just, you know, whatever happened. But like, all I know is that the photographer, I know that they got the best pictures. So as soon as they come, I'm gonna post them because I know that's from the visual from them, innit? And especially because I've done photography before. Like some moments and some things can be captured in a way where it's just superb.
Yeah,
like, you can't just capture by phone. So,
well, it's that candid sort of thing that you can get, isn't it? Where the people don't even know that their picture's being taken, but it's just a beautiful moment. Listen, it's them pictures is going to be life changing. I'm not even over exaggerating with that.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait to see what comes out of them.
Oh gosh, yeah, for sure.
Listen, but I think we can have a proper deep dive when the pictures finally drop. But onto the topic, the first topic of today, Lil Yachty or Yatchy. crashing out. This is insane. He's right, by the way. Actually, I don't know.
So what was his whole spiel? Because I actually haven't seen it. I've seen the
Well,
aftermath.
I don't listen to that group he's created. I think they make
Well,
bad
first
music.
of all, I want to say shouts to both Lapel and Tristan. They both put me onto Concrete Boys. I think it's more so Lapel, but I was listening to Concrete Boys when I was chilling with Tristan,
Do
and
you
pretty
rate them
much
like that?
I like the project. I'm not a person who listens to Yachty like that, but I like
Yeah.
the project. I
I
really do
think
like
he's
the
on a
project.
hell of
And
a run, by the
Caribou
way.
herself, she has an element where she stands out
Yeah.
every single time, and it's so
Mm.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But overall, to really tell people what the topic is about is that for some reason, your Caribou obviously came out. She said that she's been bullied by the group.
Mm.
Yachty didn't take to kind of that, and he just decided to just go on a total run on his birthday and then basically say,
On your birthday, that's insane.
"I made you who you are, and you just disrespecting me, and you're not even giving the full truth." So yeah, and then another thing as well is that his
That was nasty
co-host
work.
podcast is another situation where they're both going on Twitter and he's trying to clean it up or whatever the case is,
Mm.
and he's just going on a left one. He's just saying, "Forget the podcast, and then forget your ex as well." It's just like it's all wild. It's all wild.
Yeah. The podcast situation, he's dead in the wrong. I can't believe that's the sort of energy that he came with. Basically saying that his friend, or the way I interpret it was, he was saying his friend wouldn't be anything without him, and he's done everything for him. And look, to a certain extent, that is true. And I think even Mitch, who's the podcast host, would agree with that. But I think there's a way you say things like that. The Caribou one, it's more or less the same message, but that one's different, and he's in the right on that one. But I guess he's in the right on that one because he's defending himself, whereas the one with Mitch just seemed unprovoked. But Imani on the Joe Budden podcast raised a really good point. This hasn't come from nowhere. I feel like this has been brewing for a while. I think a few things have not gone his way, despite him dropping really good music. I honestly thought maybe after Poland and a few other songs that he dropped that I was really impressed with, I expected him to elevate, and it just doesn't seem to have happened. On top of everything surrounding SOD, the Drake track that he was supposed to be featured on, and the Mr. Hotspot sample. I just think he's at the moment he's sounding like someone who's frustrated, and that's where that anger is coming from.
Mm. Yeah.
What's the thing with
But
him?
I think go on, Collins.
Is it like people have not turned on him, but like, what is it? The song came out with him and Drake. Did people not like it? Because I didn't really see
No, I mean, oddly, I thought I was really gonna like SOD, but out of the 3 tracks that he recently released on Plot Twist, that was probably the weakest. So, I mean, maybe Yachty was done a favor by not being on it, but yeah, the song initially had Drake and Yachty on it, and then it no longer has Yachty on it, which is leading to people believing that they've fallen out. If you know their relationship, it seemed like for the last 2-3 years they were best friends. I'm gonna say it a bit odd that a 37-year-old's best friend is 26, but have at it. So
I mean, I
that
like their friendship, but I don't like their musical styles meshing.
no, I mean I hate John Bush on shit or whatever it's called. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in my opinion. But yeah, I think he's just frustrated at the moment. The Caribou situation, it seems like as Emmanuel said, she came out and said that she was being bullied. He's obviously said otherwise, that she's actually the problem. She's rude to people. And you would come out and be like, yo, what are you on? You're saying you're being bullied when I can't have bullied you. I did everything for you. You know, I really put you on. And he has massively, like, listen, a year ago, I didn't know who Caribou was. I didn't even know the idea of Concrete Boys. So he really has turned those people's lives around. I think in the situation with Caribou, he has every right to say it. The Mitch one, I don't know, man. That does make me look at him sideways.
I think with the Caribou situation, I think there's kind of a truth in both sense. Like I think she might have been bullied in some sense, but then on top of that as well, it's like it's just a coping mechanism as a protective layer.
Yeah.
Like so she might just be a sweet, genuine person, but because she's around this energy that she's not used to, she's gonna have to give toxic energy in order to just be defensive
and survive it.
Yeah. So there's that aspect as well. Then on top of that, the I can understand it's wrong, but I can understand where Yachty's coming from in terms of I put carrots in your ear. I gave you the Rolex. I dressed you man up when you man needed a place to sleep, so on and so forth, and this and that. And to be fair, I mean, I can very much understand where he's coming from, but is it correct for him to do that? No. But then again, you can almost look at the same situation as 50 Cent. Like 50 Cent set the ground rules, and I think that's what Yachty did failed to do. Basically, he didn't set any ground rules in terms of this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to achieve it.
I don't think you can put that many people on. I think that might be it. Like I think better men than Yachty have tried. You can't try to put 5 people on.
Yeah, it's possible. We have One Direction. Pause.
Don't kill me. That's you know what? Sometimes you just have to put up your hand.
Did you say One Direction? Pause.
Yeah, he said One Direction.
You're not serious.
You can't. Well, do you know what I'll say? In hip hop, it's hard to put that many people on and get them all on the same wavelength. I know G Unit can be presented as an example, but it always seems to be this case of when you have that many people, it becomes very difficult to keep everyone aligned. And I think that's a problem Yachty's run into. Same thing 50 ran into with Game.
Yeah, but the thing about G Unit, like the ground rules is that no one can beef anybody in G Unit. So if you were in G Unit, you can't beef anybody in G Unit. So then when Game started doing his silly stuff, he said the game is out completely. And like that was the ground rules. Like nobody can beef anybody in G Unit. You can go off and do your own thing and then become like 50 Cent's vision was for Lloyd Banks and Tony Ayo to be like if we were to liken like Jay-Z, like a Kanye, a J. Cole, like those guys where they carry their own name, or even a Lil Wayne with Birdman. Like they carry their own name, they carry everything that they have, and then even passing it down. So we have Birdman, Lil Wayne, then we have Drake. And then to a certain extent as well, we have Party Next Door. Well, he's not a Drake, but you can see like there's an ascension. Like you might not have. So that's the one thing. But I think with Concrete Boys, I think he had a vision in his head, but he didn't have the right consultation to make sure that this group is functioning mentally and then also from a creative mind and aspect. So creatively, yes, great. But mentally, I think the whole group was just doing madness. Because if you go on Kai Sanat's stream, like you can see what I'm trying to say. Like Caribou is almost always on the defense. Like she's always on the defense. So it just both things can be true, and that's what I can say.
Yeah. That do you know what? That's actually a fair point. 2 things can very much be true. And when she was referring to the bullying, it might not have been coming from Yachty. It might have been from the other members of the group. I have seen videos where it does look like she's uncomfortable. And you know what? Certain man can't deal with the fact that someone else is getting the limelight and they're not. So it's very possible that the other members weren't taking it as well. It might not have anything to do with Yachty.
The thing is, like, that's a good point you raised there about the limelight, Demi, because a lot of artists I think one of the key issues here is that a lot of artists can't be managers. It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
Like if you
100%.
ask a manager, if you ask an artist to manage another artist, it's very difficult because they can barely manage themselves.
Mm,
A lot of artists have their own management. So you're asking someone that's already unhinged to go and look after somebody that is unhinged. Like, well, you can wake up one day and say, I'm making normal music. And then Caribou can be like, hi, Yachty, what do you think of this mix? And Yachty will be like, fuck your mix. Because he's having an episode. Do you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
very,
yeah.
I've seen firsthand some artists just act stupid just because they're in
Mm,
the mood for it. So whenever, and it's funny because there's a history of it. And the ones who are good at managing it are the ones who are like a bit more entrepreneurial. Like, for
mm,
example, 50. 50 has always been entrepreneurial, not just music minded, but also person minded and just business minded. So he
mm.
handled G Unit for the most part well. But it's the people who don't have that extra element and have their own issues as an artist that who struggle to really get the best out of other artists, i.e., you
Yeah,
could argue Drake. And there's some other artists who just don't bother. You know, Kendrick is not really gonna like grow somebody, maybe because he knows he can't, and there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just that you're just not a manager. So I think people constantly overlook that. Like, it's very difficult for artists to manage artists, in my opinion, from what I've seen anyway.
Yeah. No, I hear that. I think that's a good point as well. That's just not the
It's just not your
he's not
bag.
the person to do it. I think it was just too many artists as well. Like trying to put that many man on or people on is crazy. Especially when you've got your own career, and this is probably I would say since maybe when he came out initially with One Night, this is the most popping yacht he's been. So I don't even see how he has the time, really. Um,
Time is a big
I
thing.
know I said I thought he'd reach that other level, but the level he has managed to push himself to in the last year or two, he's become almost unignorable. And I've liked a lot of the stuff he's dropped recently. So I think he's just on another platform. And you can't discard how noticeable he's become. So he just doesn't have the time, I think. And that's how a lot of these things start to crumble. If you're the person, you're the linchpin, you're the person that's supposed to be creating this, it only makes sense that it falls apart.
Yeah, agreed. It's a
It's just
shame.
But then
good.
on
I feel
top of
like
that as well, like
Yachty has this, doesn't he? He has a thing where like he has a moment or like a momentum, and then something from somewhere just
Yeah, he
scuppers
does
it.
it. He
It's
has
not
the
the first
ability to
time this
crash
has
out.
happened. Not in the
Yeah,
same vein, not in the same vein, but there's definitely been moments where like one thing or another, like you can even
yeah,
argue whether it is his fault or not, but like he was on a high before he went on um that show with Budden and academics, and then
yeah,
all of a sudden that moment becomes infamous for him arguing with Joe. You know what I mean? And it
yeah,
distracts
yeah.
from the fact that he's actually making good music. This is the second time, third time I've seen antics or social media discourse distract from the music he's making. I don't really
And
get
maybe
why.
yeah, that just because I don't know if that was real, but I saw a track with him. I think it came out around the time of all of this with him and YG, and he is skating. Like I was very impressed, but I don't think that song's gonna get the notoriety it deserves because it's being marred by all of this nonsense, for a lack of a better word.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I think that's the way to put it. But hey, I didn't particularly care for the Concrete Boys, but Lil Yachty music, keep it coming. I
I've got to
like
listen
that
to it.
shit.
I'll give it a spin
He's got
tomorrow.
a song with his YWA, young white talent.
Oh, Young White Avatar.
That's it, young white avatar.
Crazy.
Ian. That song goes.
Who's this kid? What's his name again? Sorry.
This is the one that they think Tyler has an issue with. And I've got an issue with Tyler. But that was nasty work.
oh right. Oh, okay.
So I don't
Okay.
know much about. Is his name Ian, right?
It's Ian. That
I
well,
don't.
that's
I
the
saw
thing.
like a 10-second clip
Yeah,
of
but
the
that's
song and the music video, and you know me, that's all it takes for me not to like
really no.
indulge.
I
Like,
listen. I don't know about. I've not gone through his discography. I'm not gonna sit here and defend Ian. I actually don't give two shits about him. But that song that he's got with Yachty is unequivocally good. I'd like. There's nothing that can be said to me. But I just feel Tyler's point was a bit. I didn't agree with it, and I was disappointed it came from him, especially just because he's been someone that's been allowed to express himself. He was saying that Ian is, I don't know, for want of a better word, making a mockery of hip hop, because
I'm looking at the artwork of his album, and
let me see.
I think I understand why he's mad, because my man is wearing. Yeah. Anyway, I'll listen to it and I'll look into it my own time.
Yeah. Listen, I think if you want to have a pop, there's artists that you should be going at. I don't think Ian, who genuinely sounds talented. There's people like Little Mabu who I've liked some of his stuff, but it's trolling. Is it Little Mabu is basically, I'm white and I'm rich, but I'm pretending to be from the hood. That's his whole shtick.
Is Ian not a troll then?
I don't think Ian's a troll, personally. And then who else is? We need to beat up Post Malone. And do you know what? Charlemagne was right. I don't know how we're not talking about this more in the culture.
What?
This man ate off of the thing we love, hip hop, rap, whatever you want to call it, and then dipped the country, said sayonara after saying hip hop can't make you feel South. It's not really a genre. My man came through and then said, I'm dipping to make country. Now, I don't have an issue, like do what you want as an artist, experiment, but I just think the way he left the genre was a bit nasty.
Yeah, he got the bag and moved on, but
it's nasty. That's all. I'm surprised more people aren't speaking on it.
I mean, I did touch on it, but no, I think you know what? I think if you're a musician, you genuinely fall in love with all types of music, and there's a certain love and respect for the craft in itself. However, this has been very consistent since the beginning of just musical genre. If we go all the way back to, I don't know if it's rock and roll or R&B.
It's rock and roll, I think.
It was called rhythm and blues before it was anything else. It was just rhythm and blues or R&B. But then even that country music, bro, from then they just took it and said, all right, cool, you just do 1, 2. You get the sound from these people, sell it to them, and then boom, innit? Get on with it. Like that's just been the consistent formula.
Crack on.
But then now, like with Post Malone, I saw from jump what was going on, and I was just
really
like,
good eye, man. Because
but the thing is, it's not like, for example, me, I haven't listened to all of Post Malone's music, but there's certain songs that I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But ultimately, I mean, that's how he started, and that's how he had seen, like, to basically get where he wanted to get.
Yeah.
Can I then turn around and say, what you did was wrong? He's successful, and that's what he wanted to be, was successful, and he felt like this was one of the avenues to get success, and he executed it very well.
I hear
Some people are trying to do it today, and they get dropped right away. So
it's just nasty work. I think doing it that blatantly, being like, yo, I use this genre to get a come up, I'm dipping. And listen, I always say, I don't mind bending genres. I don't mind dipping your toe in other genres, but to skedaddle like that, more because here's what annoys me, more because of some of the comments he said about the genre in general. Same thing Miley did when she used hip hop and just blackness in general to get on. She also said this. Her one was even worse. And now she wants to do up pop talking about flowers. Come on.
It worked.
Yeah, but no,
but
her entry was always rock. But then again, it comes to a conversation of where is hip hop. Hip hop at some point was a taboo. Then it just became pop.
Yeah.
So anybody who wanted to hopped on it and did very well and rode it hard.
I just can't believe how I just can't believe how some of these people have got away with this. But I mean, yeah, I don't think Ian is a fraud. But I think going back to Tyler's comments, I just think I don't know. I get what he was trying to say, and I get his message, but I don't know. Maybe it's, do you know what? It might be right message, wrong messenger. Just because there's literal videos of you on the internet. You're saying, "Oh, it looks like my man doesn't care." I was there for Odd Future. I'm not dumb.
But the
You
thing
make
about,
yonkers as a joke.
but yeah, but even that in itself, like, yeah, but he was always an outcast. That's the great thing about Tyler. Tyler himself is, I would like to say, one is now at GOAT status.
Yeah,
Quite literally, like with all the music that he's created from the beginning up until now, he's never stayed the same. He's always transcended his previous work. The only album I'm waiting for Tyler the Creator to release is Oliver Tyler.
Is that a real thing on the way?
Well, he's Nigerian.
Listen,
Yeah.
in my mind, listen, bro. I was
Oliver Tyler goes
just
hard.
sitting down and I was thinking to myself that he's a Nigerian man. So if he really wanted to go there, he would have to make an album specifically for his own sound, not an Afro beat. I'm a piano sound, just a African sound, just that he would gravitate towards and just give it perfection. I think that's the only album that he needs. That I would say, you know what, he's the greatest.
He could pattern that. That's it.
Oliver Tyler.
I need it. Oliver Tyler 2025.
It could happen.
Okay, no, you really put a good idea out there. And if anyone could bend genres, or as you said, that's how it ends up sounding authentic when you actually create something and it sounds like it's the truest form of you. But yeah, if he could do something that sounds African sounding, but keep it true to himself, I would be fascinated to hear what that sounds like. But yeah,
He's capable. I mean, I don't know if it meshes well with his sound, but he's surprised me before, so I would never want to write him off.
New Magic One featuring Rema.
Nah, that's so true. You know what? Maybe not.
Sometimes one door opens, you got to go through a window.
What do you guys think of the new Drake songs?
I think Drake is upset that Kendrick Lamar is getting too much. He's getting too much attention because of all the stuff that had been leaked online. But you know how like he just has tracks upon tracks upon tracks online for some random reason, and they just keep popping up even more. I think Drake is now on just spiraling out of control mode. Because when I now deep it, it's like, bro, you had 100 gigs worth of data in terms of your come up until her loss, and you just release it all online. That's real estate, bro. Like you could turn around, sell that to Disney, and then make money from that.
That is
you could turn around, sell that to you could easily just take all this content, make a series, and just make money, bro. You're hopping on that one. Then you just drop tracks without content. It's exactly the same thing for all the dogs. People will turn around saying, "Oh, it's trash, it's trash, it's trash." Then you drop Scary Hours, and like that one was like panic mode. Now he's panicking again, and it's just like, we just heard the last 3 tracks that came out previously. Then there's another 3 tracks, and it's like, this is not even part of Scary Hours series. Nothing. This is just.
I think someone made a really good point, and it has what I think. The first thing was his whole thing with the 100 gigs was to remind us who he was and remind us how much he's been a part of our lives, especially if we grew up when we grew up. I'm looking back at stuff from Nothing Was the Same when I thought this guy was the best thing since sliced bread. Couldn't tell me he wasn't the best rapper alive. Like it's the nostalgia. It's a clever play. He's also trying to drown out the noise. So the attention is no longer not us speaking about Not Like Us. We're now speaking about the 100 gigs. We're talking about him again. He's trying to change the course of the conversation. I agree with you. We might get to a point that it might be cool down. I think he's dropped 12 songs or 14 songs since the beef. Um, how you feel about that? And I'm comfortable in saying 80% of that hasn't hit until now. But whether you like it or not, 100 gigs was clever. And he could, if he wanted to, he could still package it for Netflix or Disney. There's no way anyone's sitting through 100 gigs. There's just no way. So a lot of that's going to be new information to people. So I don't think it was a bad idea, but I do hear your point. Have we discussed?
I definitely agree with the fact that you said that like is to remind people of like, bro, he's been an artist that has been in our hearts, like has been in our rotation on a regular basis.
Facts.
Like when you buy a Drake album, you're really gonna listen to that album for time and time and time again. Like it may not slap maybe the first time, but after a few spins, that's an album that you're really just gonna gravitate towards. And then the years come, you go out, you enjoy yourself, you're gonna do that. But there is no planning. And that's the
Yeah,
issue. There's just
there's
no
none.
planning.
There's zilch.
I think there's a rollout.
For what? An album?
Yeah. And I think personally, I really like the most recent songs a lot.
That three, listen, Kendrick, you're saying you electrify us. Please, please come back, drop something, because right now he's up. No Face is incredible.
Yeah,
like that's objectively good music. No one can chat to me. That's a fantastic song. Circadian Rhythm is worthy of being the language too. It has a higgy hagger start, but once he catches that flow, can't talk to me. And then SOD was already a good track.
Yeah,
I preferred the leaked version, but it's a good song. And he's still, from the last 100 gigs, he has it's up. And Blue, Green, Red has grown on me. So he's making good music at the moment. I can't lie. The only bad song I'd say he's dropped in this 100 gigs rollout would be that one with Lato. And he only did that because his best mate is his best mate's girlfriend.
Yeah, I agree. I think we get an album. I think he takes the good songs off of these two drops and puts them on there. I don't think all of them will be on there, but I think he's doing a lot of teasing and a lot of anticipation building, which is good because it keeps people guessing. I think we'll get another diss because it seems like he's alluding to another round. Whether or not is beyond is something that we won't know.
He's a dunce.
But I definitely think we get like a project, and I
definitely
think we get a diss or two on there for sure.
Like unequivocally, Family Matters type shit.
Sorry?
Family Matters type shit.
I have no idea what it will be. I ain't got.
No. But what I'm saying is it gonna be in the like his clip or is it gonna be more subs?
Who knows? I think he'll be direct. It seems pretty obvious that he's alluding that he will diss him again, but I think for the most part, there's new music coming, and I think what will happen is there'll be an album, and on that album there'll be a diss. I think that's my guess. I mean, who knows? I'm just a man. But
this is not an intelligent guy.
I think that's what's gonna happen. The music sounds good, so I'm kind of compartmentalizing it. In everybody's eyes, we know he lost the beef. And unless he has like an 11 out of 10 diss, there's no way you can change the discourse on something as big as Not Like Us. But yeah, I do think he's going to respond.
I think that this is all right. So let's look at it from a point of view, and then also your theory on top of that. There's also a theory as well that Kendrick is dropping very soon.
Yeah,
but there's no dissing. It's just he's dropping music. I think if we put those theories together, then we could make clear sense that this is probably chess. This like they're doing real estate. They're just playing for real estate in terms of getting, you know, the audience involved, fans and whatever the case is, like really getting the real estate of attaching themselves as number one.
Yeah.
and give me the idea. So I think if Colin's theories is true, if my theory is true, then I think what Drake is doing is just trying to do like real estate, like establish himself as no, I am actually the GOAT. And that guy, he just had a moment. That's it. But I'm really the GOAT.
He's not a clever man. I would leave that
But
alone.
if you're trying to
I
diss him
told him.
again,
I mean,
let's run it
if
back.
Collins' theory ends up being right, I will actually just believe he's not a smart person. I would just not believe that's an intelligent human being. I told him to not even respond to like that. That was my advice. And obviously, we're just regular guys, but he should not have responded to like that. Cool, we're in the position we're in now. Leave that man alone. I've been
No,
saying that.
my advice was just say that he's the greatest of all time and leave it at that. Don't
Oh,
even engage. Do not engage. And guess what? He engaged.
that's
Now,
this. Look at where we are now.
certified lover boys, certified
The
pedophiles.
Look at where we are. It's no. And do you know what? As soon as you said that theory, I was like, that feels right because he's talking too greasy on No Face.
Yeah, there's all over the. That's why. That's the only reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. If you're listening closely enough to what the man is saying in these three songs, okay, two songs, he's very much, or three songs if you include It's Up, he's very much alluding that he's not over it, and he doesn't seem like. Let's look at his behavior in the past. Whenever he's been dissed before, all the songs after the fact have been riddled with subs. You know, like if you listen to and I fucking quote this song every week, but Churchill was down. There's so many, Pusha T subs. There's so many Kendrick subs. He doesn't let things go. He's a petty man. If you guys truly believe Drake is not going to reference this at any point moving forward, then you're sorely mistaken. You're not listening to the man well enough. Because
But you're saying a clear diss. That's
yeah,
where
I think there'll definitely be. I think there'll definitely be a clear diss for sure. For sure.
he's not
Let's
an
see what
intelligent
happens.
boy. I just don't see how it's not even that. I don't even think Kendrick is better than him. I just think there's just a place that Kendrick can tap into that he cannot. It's not even about who's better. I just don't think he's capable of making a Euphoria or of making a Meet the Grahams. That's not a bad thing. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. I don't think Kendrick could make a Controller, you know. But
yeah, you're right. They're very much one is Professor X and the other man is
Magni.
Nah,
you know what I
nah,
mean?
nah,
Like
nah.
Kendrick can't do what Drake does. And that's true. And Drake can't do what Kendrick does, and that's definitely true. It's just the truth. If Kendrick could, I'll tell you put it this way: if Kendrick can do what Drake does, then Drake wouldn't exist.
That,
it's
that's a doozy.
it's not even down to taste. It's just the truth.
Yo, that was a bar.
It's
Hey,
the
I wish
truth.
you said that in person. That's crazy.
It's so true. Like you got to think about it like this. The reason why Drake's the biggest artist in the world is because he knows how to simplify. He knows how to songwrite. He knows how to he knows hooks. He's the best hook maker of our gen, easily, comfortably. Kendrick isn't really Kendrick is good at many things, but I don't think he has the ability to create songs for moments, for generations. And I'll tell you this, funny enough, when we're at the party at Jay's wedding, when One Dance came on, I was just listening to it. I wasn't even partying. I was just listening to the song. And I was like, this song is going to last a very long time. I know it's only like 8 years in, but you hear songs like that and they're generational songs, whether you like them or not, whether it's played out or not. Now, I'm not saying Kendrick doesn't have that, but that's not what Kendrick is good at. Kendrick is good at deep cuts. Kendrick is good at social commentary. Kendrick is good at wordplay. He's good at doing things that Drake can't really do on a regular basis. Kendrick is good at making good projects, period. There's not many people who make projects the way he can. So, in my opinion, they're very much like Professor X and Magneto, man. They're just good at they're elite, but they're just very good at very different things.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know Eman is like squirmishing in the background, but I've always felt that way about the two of them, to be honest with you. They're just they're the perfect matchup in a way because they're so different. You know?
Yeah.
But hey, we'll see what happens. I don't know.
But did he write it though? I don't know because like at the end of the day, well, actually no, you're not. Sorry, I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah, well, that's a different conversation.
That's a different conversation. I think ultimately, if we talk about the difference between Drake and Kendrick, I think Kendrick, from our artistic point of view, is far more advanced than Drake. But what Drake has learned over the years is one, to adapt, and two, to create or curate the sound. That's it. And has been successful. And can he write? Yes. So I'm not going to take that away from him. Can he write? Yes. Now, has his pen been in question? Of course, many times. But can he write? Yes, he can. But I think ultimately, that's what separates the two. Is that Drake knows how to bend and bounce from culture to culture. So when I say bounce, I mean like go from LA, sometimes go to Houston, sometimes go to Atlanta, and then take a sound and then make it his, but then extend his career. And he's done very well in that. And then also go to like the Caribbean, take that sound, move it, make it his, and then of course make a hit, make a sound, and then sustain that. Whereas Kendrick, he knows exactly what to do and then make something incredible. I.e., damn, the album is incredible itself and it has songs, but I don't think everybody can gravitate towards that. Doesn't take away from the fact that those are incredible songs on the album as well. So, but Professor X, Magneto, I don't know. I don't.
I think it's more just a case of the people who are polar opposites. That's how I see it.
I don't think polar opposites.
I think that's exactly what the beef to me established. That they couldn't be further apart as people.
Yeah. I hear it, but
his whole thing was, "I don't like you," and when we're not the same.
Yeah, we're not the same. Yeah, but polar opposites, I don't think so.
Yeah,
it's hard to say, bro. I guess we'll have to.
But it's a weird one because when we look at Ye and Drake, they're very much.
Ye and Drake is the same. They're the same.
But the only issue is the fact that Ye is chasing art, whereas Drake is chasing accolades. That's the only issue. So that's where the actual the underlying issue is. One chases art, one chases accolades. That's it. That's all it is. So then when it comes into that conversation of can one tap into red tear, yeah, you are correct, Demi, when you're saying that only Kendrick can tap into a side where Drake has no ability in tapping into. And even if he wanted to, it would just destroy him in every way, shape, and form. As we see right now, he's spiraling. Is it working for him? To an extent. But is he working for him in an extent where it's like Drake is the GOAT. Drake is always going to be the GOAT. Not everybody thinks the same. Whereas beforehand, before this whole beef, anytime he would drop,
people wanted him out
for a few bits, and then when his album does come out a bit more, and people start hearing it again, they're like, nah, he's actually the GOAT. So
yeah, we'll see. How
change it, bro.
We'll
just wait for Kendrick to drop.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it, especially if he isn't trying to rap at me.
He's gonna rap. It's rap.
Not at me, please.
When is he not?
What's that song? What's that song with Mr. Morale that he's just ranting? I can't explain it when Kendrick gets into that flow, and it's just like, all right, my guy, you can rap. Like you're very good at this, you know. That's but listen, we've discussed this to death, so I won't.
Let's see what happens next.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's how we should play it. What's the final topic?
Let's very quickly chat about Love is Blind.
Oh,
Give me
yes.
1 second. I actually to go grab my charger, but you guys can crack on.
Eman, where did you get up to?
I've finished all the weddings.
Yes, same.
I've finished all the weddings, and for those who don't know, there is a new series out, part of the franchise of Love is Blind, and they officially made it to the UK, and they've just
You busy?
finished their whole series. But now it's a case where I think the finales, I think the reunion is out. I have yet to see the reunion, but yeah.
I'll probably
So what's
watch
your
the
thoughts,
reunion
Demi?
tomorrow. What a fantastic season. I've been so
Really?
entertained. Really? You didn't think so? I've been so entertained. I've straight watched this one as well, like no chaser. Normally I have to chat, like have breaks and whatnot, but I was able to get through this. Were you not entertained?
I wouldn't say not entertained, but
Mm.
like I wouldn't say not entertained. I would say like I was in a place where it's like, yeah, I'm watching something and I like it. Whereas the first season of Love is Blind, and then I think it was the second season, and then also the last season of the United States, like you've just seen stuff that's just funny, and you'd be like, in the back of your mind, you'd be like, consciously, you're hearing it, but you can't behave like that because like this is something that's you're making a lifelong commitment to somebody.
Yeah.
But this season, I wasn't thoroughly entertained, but I was entertained at most.
Do you know what it was? I think the reason, because some of them, I feel like they were mature. A lot of them this year.
Yeah, very
That's
very
what
mature, very mature.
they weren't coming for the higgy haggy. There wasn't a lot of the theatrics that we normally see with the American one. There wasn't a Katie, I don't want to cheat on you type moment. I don't think there was anything like that. There was some interesting moments, but yeah, for the most part, they all seem like mature people. For some reason, I want to say except for Catherine, but I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, let's go through the couples. Sabrina and Stephen, I think his name was, the Irish girl and the tall guy.
Yeah.
They seem solid. And they listen. Well, I've heard through the gate, but and I wasn't trying to spoil it for you, but yeah, I mean they seem solid up to the wedding. But I think that distance was always going to impact them. I don't know what they were thinking. That would have really been an issue for me. I don't know how we're going to make this work. Do you have any
Wait, just
intention?
remind me, did they got married, isn't it?
Yeah, they said yes.
Yeah.
But
It's not. I don't think it's an issue because she's gonna have. I mean, okay, I'm only projecting my thoughts into this situation.
yeah,
The woman always has to move.
bloody hell.
No,
But why?
the woman will always have to move to the man just because
Why?
there's a whole and like right now there's a whole lot, bro. Listen,
perfect time.
no, like quite literally, no, because the thing is, even in my mind, like there's been certain things that have happened or whatever. Don't talk about it, but like certain things have happened in the past. I'll be thinking about like, okay, does that make sense? Da da da. This and that, red, blah blah blah. But then at the end of the day, it's like, well, the woman has always had to move. Like
that's the insane thing to say.
What if she
setup?
what if she on six figures?
I'll go where,
then I guess we're not supposed to be together.
I'm going wherever you are. If you're saying the mortgage is paid and all I have to do is pay half price for Suttin, or it gets out, yeah, let's get it cracking. Where are you, California? I bet I'm on a one-way flight right now.
Where we finna eat it? Where we finna eat it?
I hear In-N-Out burgers good. No, we're gonna make it work. But I hear what you're saying, and it sounds like it's coming from personal experience as well. So,
and then also as well on top of that, he's a gym owner, so he has to be there.
I hear it. His one was
time, and then she's somewhere where she can relocate.
Yeah,
of course, family, but she's in a life where she can relocate. So just analyzing that situation, yeah. But I've always believed in just like, if it's a case, then
I mean, out of the two of them, if you're saying who could move, it sounded like it was her. But I mean, look, I don't play down moving. It's a big life decision, and to go that far away, I know Ireland isn't necessarily far, but you know, it's a difference. And she seems
And
like
then on top of that as well, it's the kids, surrogacy or adoption.
yeah. There were some things that came up for them. So yeah,
He
me and
agreed to it, so it's like whatever, man. Do what you got to do in it.
yeah. Me and Eman haven't seen how that pans out, but yeah, they said yes to each other. So best of luck to him.
Ollie and
Uh,
Demi.
huh?
Ollie and Demi.
I was glad, man.
I wasn't.
Why?
What? I hear it, man. I hear it. I thought they were going to say yes to each other, but something maybe I feel like she feels that something's off between them.
Something's happened that we don't know because I know.
Yeah, 100.
Like we tend not to indulge in anything, and that something definitely went. That's like
Well, Ollie's with Charlotte now.
yes. So
I see
yeah,
got rid of nothing. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Whenever
Wow. What do you mean?
listen, I'm fighting for your life.
I'm hearing it, but I'm not hearing it. What do you
What is
mean, bro?
Charlotte?
Like what?
I'm not talking about Demi. Charlotte.
Okay.
Look, I'll
Yes,
send you a picture of
Charlotte.
her. Are you?
Yes,
Are
I
you?
know who Charlotte is. Charlotte's the one with the funeral director, isn't it?
No. You're thinking, Charlotte with an S. That's Catherine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. This
I
this
need to
Charlotte, I couldn't believe. So she didn't get any airtime, but
wait. Let me no.
it's
Hold on,
sad,
hold
man.
on, hold on. Let me see what you're talking about.
yeah.
Because what you're telling man just move fast like that.
Yeah, no games. I mean, you saw it when the way he reacted when she came down the stairs at the mixer.
He was bewildered.
Yeah. To be fair, listen.
Yeah.
You know me. You've all known me for 15 years. I'm not mad at his reaction. If a thing walks in, you know how I'm a B, but I still very, 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 very much love my lady. I just be like, raw. I didn't expect it to look like that. So on that occasion, I hear it. But the fact that I'm now together, Ollie, that's nasty work.
Yeah.
All right.
Knew
So
he knew from the beginning.
He knew from the jump. He was bamboozled.
What
So that's
about
Catherine. Okay.
what about Bobby and Jasmine? Got a body
You
of a
see,
dancer.
You know what? I quite like it.
Bobby.
You can't.
You got a
You
body
went
of a
crazy on the
dancer.
hook.
You got a body of a dancer.
Dancer. You got a body of a dancer. Yeah, it's a great song. Well done, Bobby. I thought it was gonna be straight ass. I'm never gonna listen to it in the whip or anything. But I'm like, you know what? For a little singy song, you did
I'm
well.
quite surprised they were
Mariah.
no, like shouts out to them. That seems like a
I mean,
seems like a good guy.
I can't tell if she is or isn't Leng. I mean, not that looks at me,
With
but
Jasmine.
yeah.
I kind of know what you mean.
But
Oh,
listen,
Charlotte. Right.
they made sense, Jasmine and Homeboy.
For sure.
Oh, Charlotte. I see.
That's like
Charlotte with
Bobby.
an S is insanity.
Yeah, whoever said that, is going to hell for sure.
Jasmine's mum, though, what an ep.
Yeah, she's a
Oh,
op.
She
Charlie.
crashed it on him.
She's a op.
For real.
How could you say it straight out the gate? Like, I don't approve of this.
There was no need to come with that energy, for real.
Who else we got?
There's 6 couples. We said 3 so far. Catherine and Freddie.
Ben,
That was...
Nicole, and Ben.
I hate them
Ben
two, man.
higher.
Ben's nasty work, by the way.
So sorry.
What did he say?
No, I'm laughing at you. You said I hate them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do. Ben is disgusting. I could never
Banana.
rat on another man like that. That was horrendous cock blocking. If you can't do it by your own, you don't go into the girl and saying, "I don't." You were right. That man's a pagan, but that was disgusting. I nearly threw up watching that. It was nasty work. If you can't bag the girl with the usual tactics, you're done for.
This is
Cock
what I
blocking
was
was
saying, bro. There's a
cock
way
blocking
to
is nasty work.
to talk, and there's a way to like make sure like a message is conveyed, and you didn't do that. You just snitched on a brother. You
Yeah,
just snitched
that's
on a
why I think
brother.
Nicole didn't like him. That's why she confused him because to come and snitch like that is disgusting. I'm so sorry. I actually don't like Benaya
Look, they
because of
worked
that.
out, man.
I couldn't give a shit.
They're good. They're a good match. They're both goofy, innit? I quite like. They seem like.
No, you have listen, bro. If they have kids now, your dad is a snitch.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say because they'd be mixed, but
Say.
mixed.
I wasn't thinking that
Killed
part.
me. Mixed is insane. Yeah, I didn't like that snitch. And he was right to look. If there was anyone that needed to be snitched on in the history of mankind, it might be Sam from London. But don't do it like that. Have some decorum. Have some class.
You should have punched Sam in the face when he said what he said.
Oh,
You
what
got
about?
people.
You know when she came back to man, she was on it.
Yeah, you got to turn the candles. You got to swing for man still. I'm sorry.
I was expecting for just laughing in his face though.
Yeah,
Sam's a child. You
that
can't.
could have went left.
You don't get no shots for that. But that's what Sam wanted.
I definitely. I'm sorry. I got swearing. You
Oh
got.
yeah, Sam's
Yeah.
entertaining. When you man were like, "Oh, listen, you just need to wait and see this brother." Like, you're gonna be fascinated. You're right. I couldn't believe the. I think I love you.
He's gross.
The crashing out. Oh my goodness. I think I love you. I would have spun this whole place. And Nicole was in it now. She knew off rip, boring brown eyes. Oh my goodness, he hated her.
He's going to hell for that.
Yeah, for real. And then to conclude, Catherine and Freddie.
Boy.
Freddie escaped, man. What a winner.
No, you know what? The thing about Catherine, as soon as she saw my man, she just switched off. And then she was just trying to find anything to just basically just cut the whole thing off. I think from that point, just from the visuals of like the whole series, but
What do you mean when she? What I thought she was very attracted to him when they first met.
yeah, when they first met, but the moment she saw
Ollie.
what's his name? Nah, what's my man's name?
Oh,
Yeah.
Sam, when she bumped it and she said, "Oh, you look like
Yeah,
man."
yeah,
She
yeah,
was
yeah,
moving
yeah.
mad.
Yeah, that's when she just switched off.
She was
Like
also
for me, because that's
disgraceful.
when I saw it, I was just like, yeah, she's looking for an excuse. No, not Sam. Um, bro, listen, I'm
Who?
forgetting names.
Nah,
No,
you're bugging then.
Big Chase Don.
Yes.
That's
Right.
what I said.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
no.
said.
Sam is the other brother.
That's what I'm saying. What? Who did she see and then she switched off?
Sorry, I'm just Ollie. The moment she saw Ollie, that's where she kind of switched off.
Maybe, yeah, because then she did. Because I'm surprised she'd asked that cheating question when that should have come up in the pod. If it's that big a deal to you, I just feel like that's something that could easily be discussed in the pod. And if it don't sit right with you, cool. Same thing that happened last season with Uche and Homegrown. You're like, oh, you're a recent cheater. Like, that's just, I mean, that situation was nasty, but those are the conversations you should be having in the pod. And if you can get over that, cool. If you can't, then I don't know. But yeah, them two are not compatible. And
then
I
also,
felt for Freddie.
yeah, I very much because as soon as she asked that question, she was looking for an out.
Yeah.
Had Freddie just turned around and said, "No, I'm not a cheater," I think she would have just found it very difficult to just try and escape. And then just come to the fact that, you know what, maybe it's just me. But the moment he said, yeah, I did cheat before and I wouldn't do it again, she was like, well, in my life, I've always seen a cheater one way and that's it. Like, that's it. And then if you see how the series progresses, it's just like she's always trying to find something specific towards Freddie. And Freddie, he's just there like, all right, say less. And then when he just said, listen, prenup, what are you saying?
That was an odd conversation to have. That's producer led because I've never just seen them discuss that on this show before.
Oh,
No, there's the one in the States with the brother and the tall guy and then the Jewish woman. Like she was a bit big. I can't remember. Like
Oh, but did she ask for a prenup?
yeah, she said she wanted a prenup and he was like, yeah, cool. Like I don't mind.
Oh yeah,
Just
to be
like,
I mean,
bro.
she was breaded off, so I hear it.
Yeah, but I think with this one specifically, like even Freddie's yard is a different one as well because if you really look at Freddie's yard, that like my mum said, like a woman styled that. I looked at that, I said that a woman styled
Yeah, maybe a woman did. That mirror was disgusting.
that. Bang out of order, bro. That's not that bang out of order.
What? The mirror is
Get that
disgusting.
mirror. Yeah, man. Like why are you having that mirror? Everybody in the world, you have that mirror.
No, I'm.
It,
Oh,
it doesn't. It doesn't. Look, Freddie is. I want to say he's a nice man. I think he's good at it. It's another extreme
your
career.
mic's bugging out.
Can you
Yeah,
hear me now? Yeah. So
man.
basically, Freddie, I would say, I would like to just from the show's visual, I would like to say that Freddie's a lad's lad,
Yeah.
to a certain extent. So then him having that mirror it makes
Didn't
no
made no
sense at
sense. Made no
all.
sense.
So then my mum was like, a woman styled this house, but then
Has
like
to.
when we looked at the mirror, we're like, bro, that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So
100%.
It was insane.
I do agree with you though, man. Like I did enjoy the beginning, and then it kind of lost a bit of steam.
Oof. Yeah, I hear it.
Because of the Englishness of it, and people were quite sensible. But for the most part, I did enjoy it. Like it was
Yeah.
cool.
I think that was exactly what we said at the beginning. It just there's none of the shenanigans that you get with the US one, especially in the middle. But I'm looking forward to seeing the reunion for myself.
Yeah, it's an okay watch for sure. But
Maria,
good job.
Maria.
All
But
right.
then again, like I think Maria's she's nice, but
Oh, I didn't even forget.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Tom.
oh my gosh. You know what?
I
Actually,
think that
that's a
situation
whole
is
hour.
tough. It's tough because that one, if you aren't know and understand the Islamic religion, if you're a woman and you're a Muslim, you have to get married to a man who's a Muslim, or they would have to convert. It's never been like if you're a Muslim man, you could get married to pretty much
That must
anybody.
have come up in conversation though, because
That